Manus AI is exceptional, but it's not perfect. I think this is gonna be the recurring thing with all these new AI tools that are gonna be emerging in the following 5 to 10 years, which they're just gonna be exceptionally useful. Exceptionally useful. Like, just think about it. In 2020, I think ChatGPT was like the only thing that most people knew, and it wasn't even the ChatGPT moment. It was like ChatGPT 3, ChatGPT 3. I think the big ChatGPT moment, like the moment where AI just absolutely exploded, was with ChatGPT 3.5. So right now we're in 2025, obviously, as you can clearly see here, and 2020 was like obviously 5 years ago. So just look at the difference between 2020, 2025. 2020 we were in ChatGPT 3. So most people, including me, weren't even aware of the incredible fucking potential of AI. Like, we knew what AI was, but we really didn't even pay attention to it. And the only ones who were paying attention to it were the ones who were creating these AIs and working on it. Fast forward 2025, 5 years have passed, and now everyone seems to be talking about it. Even my parents, even my fucking grandma is talking about it. Now my grandma is not talking about it, but my parents are. And they're like 50 years old. So they're your parents that are 50 years old and are not like technical developers or engineers are talking about AI, is because like most people are gonna, or just has gone through most of humanity probably. I'm just speculating right there, but you know what I mean. And not only your parents have noticed about AI, but also AI has gotten much better. Compare GPT 3 with Manus AI, you're gonna see a very big difference. I'm actually gonna search for some videos of GPT 3 and just put Manus AI, and it's gonna be wow. But right now, let's talk about Manus AI. So Manus AI is the thing that is getting talks, right? And you know, on this AI boom, every week there's a new thing. Every week there's a new improvement. So probably by the time I upload this video, Manus AI is gonna be fucked by another AI that is gonna be much better. Probably. Because it has already passed like 3 weeks since they announced this. They announced this on March 6th of 2025. We are now March 28th. I don't know why it took me so long to make this and talk about this, but I basically just researched a little bit about it and watched a couple of videos about how it works. Obviously, I don't have access because I don't have any influence at all right now. But I basically looked at people that have millions of followers who actually made a video about it. And I was like, okay, this is useful. And basically, here's what I think about it. First, obviously, it's exceptional. It's so good. Like, the first thing that I can say, and that most people can say, is that this is really the thing we needed. Like, a tool, in this case, Manus AI, that basically leveraged the current AI models, like ChatGPT, Claude from Anthropic, whatever, all these LLMs, all these AI models have a connection between that and current software, which is like browsers, the internet, or like whatever, right? And basically combine them. That's basically Manus AI. So Manus AI is not like another new, totally different LLM AI model. This is just like a great fucking combination of two very incredible, useful pieces of software. I mean, I'm really oversimplifying here, but I think that's how I view it. Like, obviously, we use the browsers, we use the internet, obviously, and it's like one of the most useful pieces of software that we use right now, right? All of humanity uses it, which is this part. And then we have all these AI models that have been basically coming for the last 5 years, like ChatGPT, which are just so useful, and people are not most, but humanity has started to use them and has started to see the value on them, right? And these Manus AI things, just the combination of both. Obviously, I'm oversimplifying here, like there's more to it, but I think that's a great way to like just view it. So this is not like a totally new state-of-the-art AI model, but rather a very smart way and very necessary, useful, I think that's a perfect word, that very useful tool that combines other useful stuff. That's basically the reason of why this is so good and why it's so exceptional, because you just go from opening 10 tabs on your browser, and those 10 tabs have different AI tools, and then you go to another 5 tabs to research about something, and then you open your Google Sheets or whatever it is, then you open your Cursor or your Visual Studio Code to create a website, and basically all that gets basically replaced by Manus. So Manus goes and research all those first 10 browser tabs, then also goes to the other 5 tabs to research even more or whatever, then goes to other tabs to perform actions, because at the end of the day it's like an agent. This is the word that is basically going to be the like most used word in 2025, agents, and goes perform actions there. And then it also like creates like Excels or Google Sheet type stuff, or even create a website or a dashboard when you can at the end of the day see all of it. So that's just one use case, which will basically be like, hey, research about X and then create a dashboard where you show that online, whatever. And it's just great. It's exceptional. So that's basically it. It's just an exceptional tool that basically combined both equally exceptional tools as well, which was like the current software that we already used to, like browser and all that, the internet, and this new new type of technology, which is LLMs, larger language models, and boom, create magic. And yeah, that's great. And that's going to happen. Like, that's the beauty of this, because this is not only about, hey, you create AI, but also what you do with that AI. So like, that's the beauty of basically of the opportunities, right, of any new like revolution. In this case, we are in the AI revolution, and it's not only for the ones who are creating the AI to the smart cookies, which are on like very like prestigious universities and actually very fucking smart and like actually fucking creating these models from zero to hero. It not only belongs to them, but also to the older, very intelligent, like creative or minds or whatever that actually want to do some useful stuff with it. So a great example is Manus AI, or even smaller stuff like for example Cal AI, which is an app where you just track your macros with taking a photo instead of going through the incredible like pain in the ass thing with MyFitnessPal, right? So yeah, this thing is great. I just love it, and it's the beauty of just the world fucking doing stuff, building stuff. That's the beauty of it. Said this is not perfect. Through all the videos that I have watched, like 2 hours of videos, like just watching this stuff, do stuff basically, and perform actions. It's not perfect. Like it has errors, and it has all of that. And as I previously said, like that's probably gonna be the thing with the future tools from 5 to 10 years from now. There's not gonna be perfect. They're still gonna have errors and whatever, but they're still gonna be like probably 10 or even 100 times more useful or even more exceptional than what we currently have, right? Which is great. We're literally headed to incredible utopia at the end of the day. So, yeah, that's probably my that's my prediction. That's probably gonna happen, or not, or it might actually be 5 to 10 years from now so good that you just don't notice the errors and they just solve by themselves. It's just great, and even if it has errors, like the fucking AI just corrects itself and whatever. So in that situation, that will be very interesting, like, but also pretty scary because at the end of the day, it has no errors. Like we humans are very used to performing errors, right? Like we're humans, right? Like literally, there's a phrase that we use, which is "Oh, I'm human," whenever we do like and perform errors. So we're literally saying we are the ones who make errors, and that's what makes us humans. So we have been used to that for like more than 100,000 years, like for throughout all our like intelligent evolution. I'm really getting deep here. Like I'm really getting to like very like philosophical stuff, but it's pretty strange to fucking have something intelligent that is just not performing errors at all, or at least we don't perceive it. It's just so strange. That will be a very interesting thing to be around with, and it's very likely that it's gonna happen. But I don't know. I'm on both like sides. It can either not happen and still have like these errors and whatever, like we have had with Manus, which is much more like 150, or I don't know. I'm just saying random numbers. 10 times much more exceptional and useful than the first ChatGPT that came out to the public 5 years ago or whatever it was. Maybe it happen the same thing 5 years from now or not, and that will be a very interesting, strange scenario. But yeah, I just wanted to like get that clear. Perfect, right? Like still commits errors, and at the end of the day, a very important thing is that this thing, or at least as of today, March 28th, 2025, Manus AI is still on beta. Like I don't have access to it. Like the only way you can have access to it is if you're like a significantly famous AI influencer, or you're just like Elon Musk. I'm not both of those categories, and so I don't have access to it. Very simple. Like, so all the information that you can actually get from right now is from people that are exactly that. I mean, Elon Musk not, because he has his own AI, but whatever. Obviously it's not just YouTubers. Like there's probably researchers and obviously like technologies that they're probably not even famous, but you know what I'm getting. Like the point, right? That you need to be useful, right, in order to like actually get access to this. Which doesn't sound very good, man. It sounds like I'm not useful at all, which is a reality. Like right now I'm really not that useful. I'm just in high school and haven't really done anything useful at all. But that's gonna change. But yeah, like that's just how everyone starts, right? Just happens to be that I'm starting at the end of high school, and some people start at fucking 12 years old, right? But yeah, that's another topic. Basically, if like very limited amount of people have access to it, and it's just still in beta, so still not available to the public. But it's, at least from what I have seen, it's pretty cool, man. Like, but still has errors, and yeah, we don't know when it's gonna launch. Like I just asked and researched a little bit about when it will probably launch, but we have just no information about it. So we just need to wait. until it launches and everyone can use it, right? It's a very important one for the future of the internet itself. Well, it's not actually the internet. The internet is like actually like the hardware, but the software. You know what my this is very important for the future of the internet, like the web, and other forms of internet like social media, whatever. At the end of the day, like these AIs are gonna be like are still in, like are it's very likely they're gonna interact with social media. Like I don't see why they wouldn't, right? It's literally one of the most used products of humanity. Social media, TikTok, Instagram, like Snapchat, WhatsApp. Like they're just obvious. It makes sense. So basically, any form of internet needs to prepare for these big changes that are gonna come. Because right now, Manus AI is just like and obviously it's not only Manus AI. It's probably a thousand like other startups that we don't know that are working on this, and then also the ones that we know more about, which are like OpenAI and Anthropic, which are also working on their agents and whatever. They're just coming, right? Like just like the robots are coming and they're gonna be like everywhere in 10 to 20 years, the same thing's gonna happen with like agents, right? So like the internet itself, just like the physical world needs to, well, not that much, but yeah, well, yeah, just like the physical world needs to kind of prepare in some things when the robots are gonna come, or like autonomous vehicles. Also, the internet itself, like the whole fucking incredible big structure that we humans have created, that we call basically the internet, needs to prepare for this, because it's something very interesting that all these like people that I have tested these technology have found, and that is, for example, that they encountered a lot of like issues or like barriers when they want to like go perform certain actions on the internet, like for example captcha. That's like basically the only example that I got, but probably is gonna it's happening with a lot of other stuff, which obviously is for security reasons and whatever, but at the end of the day, it's a terrible experience for the user. Like it's a terrible user experience. Like you're like what you expect is to literally just press enter on whatever idea you had, go out from your computer or whatever, go read a book. If you're like a nerd, just watch it like perform the task, like me, or I don't know, go to the beach, I don't know, and then come back and have the thing solved, right? And if you and that literally can happen, that perfect scenario, like their perfect user experience, if you or if the internet like still has these capture things, or maybe like the Manus AI doesn't figure out how to get rid of these things, like like the internet definitely needs to adapt to this, because at the end of the day, even if the internet is very like recent compared to other technologies, like at the end of the day, it was really booming until the 2000s and the dot-com boom. That was like literally 25 years ago. So it's still very recent, right? Like if you really compare it to a lot of other technologies, like 25 years ago, it's not that much. But compared to this technology, which literally from 5 years ago until now, it has progressed so much, which is AI. 25 years ago seems like a long thing, like a long time ago. So like the internet right now is like kind of old, if we can say it that way, for these systems in a lot of ways. So in order for these systems to really unleash their full potential, their full their full potential, like the internet structure needs to change some way, right? Like we need to obviously web developers or whatever, they need to like really change their stuff in order to just increase the probabilities of these tools doing their work more effectively, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. Like probably, this is my prediction, most of the website visits that websites have are going to be like just agents. There's not going to be actual humans on a computer. Like, because just think about it. For example, whenever I have a task on school to research about something, like literally today, it's Friday, right? Yeah, today's Friday. So today I had school at morning. I needed to research about something. Just went to Grok, or whatever the AI is available right now. You just want to go to Grok and you just need to research about this, and you literally just go, you just see the fucking chain of thought that it's like, man, researching 93 websites. I didn't went by myself, click on 93 websites. Like, the AI went to those 93 websites, and I didn't actually went to those websites, right? I didn't even click on the link of the websites, which probably I should do, because, you know, these AI models still have errors, but you know what I mean. Like, probably most of the website visits in like 10 years from now are really gonna be from all these AI models, and not from actual humans that are actually watching the website. That's really another idea that I got, but I'm not gonna talk about it. It's like right now I'm talking about Manus. Let me just write it down quickly. Let me pause it. This is another stuff which is basically like the internet needs to like adapt to this basically. And you know, this is what I got. Like, at the end of the day, this is in my opinion what I think are the like most interesting stuff that I found from these things, like the most interesting insights that I got from these. Obviously the tool, as I said previously, is exceptional. It's absolutely incredible. I just love it, man. Like, keep coming. Like, the tools need to keep coming, right? You know, I always get to this conclusion. It's like, man, every time that like a new tool gets released like this and whatever is great, I'm like, man, this is so good, but also scary. You know, I'm like in those two sides. Like, man, it's so good, but it's also scary, but it's very good, but you know, it can really improve the productivity of humanity, but it's also, you know, I'm kind of on that like 50-50. Well, no, mostly positive, but also there's that like thing where you're like, man, what the fuck are we gonna do? Because we're humans, we like just evolve very slowly, and this shit has happened in 5 years. Imagine the next 20 years. How are we gonna adapt to this, right? You know, that seems like it's gonna be an opportunity for someone to just tackle that problem. Whatever. Manus AI is pretty crazy. It's incredible. I haven't had access to it. It's just a great another great leap into the future of AI. And obviously, there's this political situation, like, you know, always with China and US. But you know that this is a Chinese company, Manus AI, and you know, it's like basically this space race, but just in AI. And you know, I think there's like good stuff and bad stuff to it. Obviously, the good stuff is that there's competition between these two countries in order to like make the best AI, which at the end of the day benefits humanity. But there's also downsides. Whatever. Manus AI is pretty cool.